Family, growth, and fun. And I didn't prep you for this.
No, that's the,
Joey,
I would say my core
your
values.
next career, radio, talk show.
Yeah.
Family, growth,
never
and
know.
fun. Thank you.
I'm never going to say no.
Joey, great to have you here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And thanks for having us here at Cranky Owls. This is awesome.
I'm glad you guys can enjoy the donuts and the coffee.
Yes, it's amazing. So this is a family-owned business, right?
Yeah, my aunt and uncle started it 17 years ago, and then I came on board just shy of 7 years ago, and I've been here ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are the similarities or between teaching and being here?
Well, first of all, especially with the employees, we employ a lot of younger kids, so being able to teach them and grow them, because it's their first jobs. So teaching them work responsibility, teaching them how to do day-to-day operations, because they don't have that work ethic or that knowledge of being in the business world. So teaching them great customer service and teaching them how to interact with customers and do a job that they're asked of. I would say that's the true core one.
That's cool. And when we were talking before we were on camera, you mentioned community. And it sounds like you create a community here, not only for the employees, but for customers.
Yeah.
Your family's been part of creating that community. Tell me a little bit about that.
The community, first of all, we like to give back as much as we can. We donate all our donuts at the end of the day to Ronald McDonald House. So we're actually working to donate 1 million donuts. So that's my goal.
Wow.
And we're a little bit halfway there, believe it or not.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then we also have done a ton of fundraisers through the community, whether it's someone that's having a surgery or baseball teams or dancing events, anybody that needs a program to get it started. We always host fundraisers here.
Wow.
And we try to give as much as we can back to the community, because we're really nothing without this community.
Wow.
And that's what makes us, I think, separates us from a bigger box store, is that you come in here, you're going to be treated like family.
Right.
Whether you have $1 or $1 million,
Right.
you're going to get treated the same. And so we take a lot of pride in knowing our customers and knowing who they are. So when they come in, it's hi John, hey Sue.
Wow.
And that's what we love, because we also love the interaction with them, getting to know them.
Right.
You know, they're not just someone ordering a medium cup of coffee, you know.
Right. You go into other coffee shops, they might remember your drink, but they don't know your name.
Yeah, they don't know that they have 2 kids named Jonathan and Tula, and so it's really interesting to be able to grow that dynamic here. And like with my grandpa was part of this, helping build this business, and he would come in here every morning at 6 a.m. and when Sue walked in the door, he's saying hi just as our employees are saying hi.
Wow.
And
So your grandpa used to sit
he used to
right
sit
here?
right next to us where we're sitting now.
Wow.
And really just he expected right at 6 o'clock that he had his large decaf coffee with a touch of skim milk in there. And then he wanted his wife's, my grandma's, coffee right at 7:30 when he was about to leave.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So talk about community. I mean, you mentioned how you've impacted the larger community, but right here, you've created community right in the store.
Yeah. And I mean, it's simple, just with donuts and coffee, and you know, and some breakfast sandwiches. It's just treating people with respect and how you'd want to be treated.
Right.
I think that's our core values. Is really, if I came into a shop, I'd want to be treated with respect, whether I had $100 or 1 penny. I just wish I want to be treated the same. So that's how I'm going to treat people.
Wow.
And being the same person too. I'm the same person in here than I am on the street.
Right.
And I think people figure that out after a while, especially if you're not.
That's very cool. So you didn't always live here. You've moved around.
Yeah. So I went to school in Davenport, Iowa, St. Ambrose. I was very fortunate enough to play football and get a teaching degree while I was there, a K-12, with a minor in health and everything else in between that. And then I moved back to Illinois, and it was in the city of Chicago. So I taught a little summer school there, and my uncle had vertigo at the time. And so my aunt called me up, and I just finished the subbing for the summer school. Came out here, and because it's family,
Right.
And when family calls, that's what you do.
Wow.
And so I came up here for 2 weeks, helped them out, fell into a summer teaching role as well as coaching football at Wauwatosa East.
Okay.
And continued that out, and then continued working here, subbed a little bit in Milwaukee Public Schools and around the Tosa area. And then one day I was looking at my tax returns and thought to myself, I could probably do this full time. And so I sat down with my aunt and uncle and proposed them an idea, and they are on board. And I took over and started managing and helping them out. And then a couple years after that, and I sat them down and we talked about buying into the business, and here we are today.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were a business owner.
Correct.
And you were under 40 years old.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was and because of this job, I've been able to buy other properties and invest into the community, back in the community, which I believe in is Tosa.
That's awesome.
Because you could have growing up coming down here,
right,
and you could roll a bowling ball down North Avenue.
I know, and look at it now.
Yeah, and now you can't take two steps with trying to find a parking spot or
right,
seeing someone you know, and I think that's the coolest thing, to be part of this community.
Right.
When it's full of life, young families, young kids, it's
right,
absolutely amazing.
Right. Yeah, I know people who live here, they absolutely love it.
Yeah, like I said, you move here for 2 weeks and ended up staying 7 years.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, when you look back on your journey up to this age, who has been most influential in helping you make those important decisions?
I have to say, first of all, just my family. Starting with the business here, Al and Susie, for giving me the opportunity to grow and help them grow their business and kind of create our own little business within here. I saw their potential, I saw what they do, and I believed in this business, and I believed in what they did, and I was able to kind of help them take it to the next level. My parents, for sure, my grandpa, just giving me the tools and the knowledge. Both my parents are hairdressers, so growing up shampooing hair as a young kid and learning how to interact with people
yes,
was a huge help. And
yes,
then just some people I met up here, I would say right off the bat, John Mariano is a good friend of mine. He definitely sits me down and mentors me and shows me that it's okay to take chances, and as well as Matt Stippage is another local guy that has really helped me grow to become the person I am here today.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's really great to hear your story.
Yeah, I can't forget about my fiance too. That she's a
don't
backbone. She's a backbone for sure. She's the boss, but she also always encouraging me to take risks and know that at the end of the day we'll get there at the end of the day.
That's
somehow.
Awesome. And what's her name?
Kristen.
Kristen.
Yeah, we're
That's
getting married in a couple weeks here. Yeah, May 20th.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Exciting.
Yeah, and then a baby in July as well.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, Joey.
I know. We don't do anything slow around
Life's
here.
gonna change.
I know. We're excited especially for that baby girl.
Oh,
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna have to come back.
Yeah, you can.
I need to come and
You'll
see
get a
it.
number for the breakfast sandwich and then a number to hold the baby. So that's what I'm telling everyone.
That baby's gonna have so many family members here.
I know, I'm joking. I said, when you're the heir to the donut throne, you got some moving up to do. So she's going to have to really get used to people real quick.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so fun. Wow, where do I go from there? I guess, you mentioned people have encouraged you to take risks. I'm wondering, have you ever had a failure that impacted you in a positive way, or that you learned something?
For sure. I think I fail probably a couple times a week, whether it's here trying new food options, whether it's new donuts or new breakfast items, or I fail with employees starting something and I don't carry through with it. And for me, I kind of enjoy failing at times because I know I'm always going to learn something from it. I'm going to know what not to do, or what can I take from this to make myself better in the future. To be honest with you, I think probably not finding a full-time teaching job was a good failure for me, because I was able to take that risk here and take that jump and that leap to trying to be a teacher to now running a donut and pizza shop. And I think it all works out in the end.
That's great. I think you'd be a great mentor for young people.
I appreciate that.
To help them understand that you learn from the wins and you learn from losses, and to shift gears and change is part of what we have to do in order to be successful.
And I think that's what life is. Like if everything goes your way in life, that's very rare.
Right.
And the more you can adapt to change, and I just say like here, like for example, if someone gets the wrong order, well, how do you adjust that? How do you make it right?
Right.
Or if you run out of something, what can you do? How
Right.
can you just adjust on the fly?
Right.
And not let it get to you.
Right.
Because if you let it get to you, then you're just always going to be down.
Right.
And nothing's ever right. But
Right.
if you brush that off and move forward, I think that's the best option. Or that's at least my outlook on
Yeah.
life.
So I have a business question, just thinking about the young people
Mm-hmm.
who work for you. Milwaukee has less than 3% unemployment right now. How are you finding?
Well,
Employees.
I look through, first of all, through the high school, or if any of my employees have friends, I sit them down, and what we do is we do like a 2-week trial period. I'm able to work with, if this is their first job, right, or if they're in college, and I know that they won't do this for the rest of their life, but I always tell them that this is my life. And so we do a 2-week trial period, and what we do is we teach them and train them, and it needs to be a good fit. They need to fit in with my existing employees, as well as I want them to bring something new to the table. I don't expect people to have my personality. Everyone needs to have their own,
Right.
because they're part of this business, and this is what makes it so enjoyable for when people come in. There's not just 20 Joeys behind the counter.
Right.
There's a Joey, there's an Adam, there's a Lizzie, there's an Elizabeth. And they each have something to bring different to the table.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's really just trial and error again, and just trying a lot of different things and
I
growing.
love the trial period. I think that's so good for you and for the potential employee.
Yeah, and I want them to take pride in what they do.
Right.
Just like I said, I know this isn't going to be their forever job,
Right.
but I want them to be able to get something out of this. Well, if they're shy, then I want them to come out of their shell
Right.
and try to be someone that they're normally not on a
Right.
day-to-day basis. So
Right.
like just to get someone that doesn't talk, to get them to speak up and
That's very cool.
shout a little bit is always cool to see that.
That's
And we've had a
so
lot of
cool.
employees that were, when you
So
come
the
in here,
teacher in you. Oh,
Right.
that's awesome. That's really awesome.
but I enjoy it. I always tell people the worst part of my day is waking up, is when that alarm clock goes off at 4 o'clock or 3:45.
Holy moly.
Yeah, and that's the worst part. But once
Come
I'm up,
on.
you get a cup of coffee in me, I'm not gonna stop.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So you're going to be up for that 3 a.m. feeding.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to give the old lady some time off.
Wow. So it sounds like you're a lifelong learner. I mean, you're a teacher, you learned the business. What are you learning now? Like, is there something that you're reading?
Yeah,
or-
right now I'm really trying to focus on marketing and growing this business. I want to grow the business. I don't want to grow me, and that's my 2018 goal. So with that, my goal is just to start and to grow by reading 4 books. So right now I'm really hooked on. I love Gary Vaynerchuk,
Okay.
so I'm reading Jab Jab Right Hook right now, and then Crushing It are the 2 books that I'm reading.
So what are those?
Jab Jab Right Hook is more of a social media marketing book. So it gives you examples of what works and what doesn't. And I mean that he just uses prime examples of like good examples from a Instagram account. Say like that, like Kit Kat is doing, right? He shows a good side of Kit Kat and then like a bad side of Kit Kat, like what they
I
do
want to go
wrong.
get that. Jab, jab, right.
And yeah, it's all about just creating your story, really, and
That's
showing
cool.
your content. And,
That's cool.
And that's what I struggle with here is content, right? Because you're so busy on day-to-day stuff
Right.
that you forget that you do need to share your story
Right.
and show people what you guys are about, because in
Right.
business, you don't want people to forget about you. You always want to stay
Right.
relevant.
So what's something we haven't talked about yet that's part of your story?
Well, I would have to say, I mean, besides the teaching and the coaching side, I was able to coach for 4 years up here at Toast East. I really enjoyed that just because I love teaching young kids how to grow. I love seeing them grow. And that's why I also love being in here. You see kids when they come in when they're 2, and then you see them when they're 10. It's amazing to see how they grow. And when they come in, they're like, I remember when I couldn't even see over the counter, and you're still here, Joey, you know. So
that's so cool.
we really enjoy that. I would say like right now is just growing the business that I'm really focused on.
Okay.
Is my main. I know otherwise like my life is really busy, but I love it.
Really
I love
full.
every second of
It's
it.
really full.
And I always try to take on more
Ah,
than I can choose sometimes.
you might need a coach.
Yeah, and I think I have a good
That's
one
one of
right
the
in front of me,
things-
right?
Yeah, that's one of the things that's so common, especially with successful people. They're always like, yes, 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 I can do that. And I remind people that whenever you say yes, you say no, and it's usually no to yourself.
Okay.
You know, yeah, I can do that, I can do that. What have I just said no to
Yourself.
in terms of what I can fit into my life?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay, I understand that.
balance. So I'd like to wrap it up with a bigger question. So the meaning of life. When you think of the meaning of life for you, what are a few words or phrases that come to mind?
First of all, family, for sure. At the end of the day, I want to have just a core family that I can spend time with, I can share experiences with, because to me, you can have all the money in the world, but if I have no one to share it with, or if I can have all these experiences and I have no one to share it with, to me that's nothing for me.
Right.
That would be my first thing. Second thing is I would have to say just growth. Like I want to be the best possible person I can be, and whether that's taking care of myself and growing internally, or even creating a business or multiple businesses. To me, that's success, and I just have fun. I want to be able to sit back, or have the stories. I want to be able to sit back when I'm 70, 80 years old and with my grandkids and tell them when I was 30 that I was, running Cranky and owning Cranky and sitting here and having a conversation
Wow.
with influential people.
Wow.
I would say that's the things I can come up with.
Family, growth, and fun. And I didn't prep you for this.
No, that's the
Joey,
I would say my core
your
values.
next career, radio, talk show.
Yeah.
Family, growth,
never
and
know.
fun. Thank you.
I'm never going to say no.
That is
Thank you so
awesome.
much too. I really appreciate it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is
Thank you so
awesome.
much too. I really appreciate it.
That's so cool.
Yeah. It is fun. I don't know. I love what I do.